There we go. There's your cat tax. The fluff has arrived. Yay. We have the fluff. We have Andrea's face really, really close to it. We have me. Yay. And Brad's there. Look, Brad's there. And he wants you all to know that you should let it go. Just let it go.
Yeah.
Guys, just let it go. Sorry, we're having a few problems with... I don't know what it is. I really have no idea. But we can see YouTube is giving some issues on upload, so you might experience some lag. Don't know why, because our current upload is running at like amazing speeds. But yeah.
Of 7.
The upload is like...
Of 7. Not even megabyte, just 7.
It's 7, yeah. We're running on an upload of 7.
Huge numbers.
7.
The greatest numbers.
Yes, the best numbers.
Praise Nurgle.
And... What? No one needs Spanx.
What?
We don't run that sort of
Our fans want us to do Spanx as well. Because we're late. Yeah.
I'm like, I don't have a pair of Spanx. And is that what you're talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. You're weird.
Yeah.
People. Why do you have such weird subscribers?
Damn.
You better
That's
be
That's where we stop the mukbang and we get the weird people who want Spanx instead.
Oh, it's just, this is... See a therapist.
It's Nomi, so yeah.
I mean, again,
Of course it
see
is.
a therapist.
Yes.
I know.
The Italian is here, he's in the background. I think he's preparing a gin.
No.
He's not preparing a
So
gin.
Actually, no.
It's Emperor's Children Juice.
Yes, we need some Emperor's Children juice, as you can see. Lovely Emperor's Children juice here.
Ah,
This one gives me plus 10 charisma. And yes, we're doing the usuals tonight.
This is Imperial Fizz Juice, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's apples from a tree.
So we're doing this stuff as always. Yeah, what are we
Can
doing?
you guys see this sea? This ocean of awesomeness right here.
All those little black spots. It also looks like a weird, because of all the sparks, looks like a cane
trench.
forest.
It's a trench. It's a chaos trench.
Yeah. Yay. Debbie was really happy she got to see.
Yay!
Yes.
I actually have to clean this up.
No, there's the Italian. Yay. So if there is some buffering issues, really sorry. I don't know what's going on.
Gotta have to
Like,
suck it up.
We're
people.
getting
Sorry.
good.
Gotta get
It's,
good.
it's weird. Good upload, but nothing else is working right. I don't know.
I mean, you can all sign a petition to get proper fiber in Fargarot so we can stream properly.
That's what
Just
real fans would do.
Wink, wink. But
You mean only?
Oh, we're starting an OnlyFans. Put it under your name. Have it as your face. You're the best looking out of all of us.
I mean, that's
That's the
easy.
thing. It's just,
We just have to have the picture of the three of us with like
Just
just BAD and just nipples. That's
just
it.
the middle. With the dots and the too many nipples. Wait.
We can
Where's
grow
the
nipples.
dots
This
in
is going.
that?
This is
We'll
going
add
to
like
actually
it's an
very
acronym,
quickly.
It's an acronym. It needs the dots.
Oh, so B
No,
dot A
that's
dot D. Okay,
We can
okay.
use Morse code.
Okay, for more interesting things, look at these Necrons climbing through a portal. Yes,
That is
Necrons
almost
coming through a portal.
anti-lore because they wouldn't be anything close to an
Maybe
Optimus
they're trying to
Prime.
break it.
They
This
probably
is-
tried to break it. Also, they have a cannon next to them.
Look at that cool cannon that Brad's been doing. Look at the little cannonballs he made. Look at
We
his
can
cool bases,
definitely
Brad.
say
This is crossover.
that's
between
not
S-
canon though.
No, it's not
It's
canon.
not canon.
No.
They're barely in the game. Not even in the game. They're like one battalion. That like allies.
Do you know what's really cool is
This is airsoft crossover. Sorry, Dan.
Brad is like the best. No, put the cannon back.
Oh.
I'm zooming in on the cannon. Brad is definitely the best base builder. I mean, put it right in the middle. Cover. Look at that. He's using a scenic base with other stuff on it. Like, yeah. That's just beyond.
So these are Volstrom rocket batteries, if you would guess.
The rocket batteries.
Yeah, they shoot. The crew are just so well trained. They can shoot 3 times a turn.
The crew that don't exist.
The
Nice.
crew are standing nearby,
Yes.
waiting in anticipation.
They're cheerleaders.
Yeah.
Are they cheerleaders?
So this is an airsoft crossover because there's actually quite a few airsoft players who play. It's like baby bullets. You can use them to shoot people. You can use them to shoot other people. Like at the
Hey,
range.
you can slice them in half and put them on models as pustules.
As bubbles coming out of like ground.
Water.
Yeah.
Yeah, as that too.
Cool.
So I just automatically think Nurgle.
Yeah, I mean, the model has to be pretty big, or else it's like the guy's really serious. Probably.
Yeah.
Or not. It's just the size of the blessing of Nurgle. We don't shame
Exactly.
size. Size shame. Whatever.
We're in shame size. Yes. So I hope everything's still functioning nicely over there. Let's see who we got. We got Debbie, we got Travis, we got Nomi, and of course Mr. Devonish himself. How you doing, bud? Where is your Iron Legion stuff? We need to see the Steel Legion. You need to send us pictures of everything being built because you should have received it by now. Like, yeah, it'd be great to see what's going on there. Oh, I realized I didn't bring my contrast medium. Do you have some contrast medium?
I don't use that stuff. Sorry.
What?
We all make mistakes.
Okay, well in that case.
Here's some contrast medium.
Really?
Sponsor.
Yay! Sponsored. So, we have two sponsors for the
What a
BAD
transition!
Warhammer
Wow.
podcast. Yeah, one of them being the Unseen Shop, and the other one being the BAD Cave. And they're both great people. Well, they're shops, but they're people.
The best of
Yeah.
what
Aw.
bracelet?
That sucks.
What sucks?
No, Mr. Devonish was waiting and the stream just didn't start. So, what are we discussing this week, guys?
Oof. Guys, how do you feel about the auras?
Oh, I love it. That's great.
It is cool.
I think it's a really
I
good.
agree.
It's a really good.
It's so cool.
I just heard people going, well, no, actually one person only going, that's not cool.
I
Well,
mean,
Gillyman can't benefit from his own aura anymore.
I like that because it's like
That's cool.
it's like a sideways shift. It's like a nerf on them, but like it logically like it makes
So,
kind of sense.
alright, and on the tanks?
That's brilliant.
Tanks should be driving away,
brilliant.
like shooting things. Like there's
Tanks
a tank
have their
commander.
own targeting systems and things inside there, and I guarantee the guy inside the tank is not listening to the lieutenant outside screaming at him.
Shoot
Reroll the
baddies.
wound.
Shoot better. Like, sir, if you could drive a tank, you would be in a tank. So shut up.
So how do you, are you gonna deal with the IG commander tanks?
He will have a thing that says tanks.
Yes.
Get it?
Yes.
I mean,
Yes.
like, there's gonna be specific guys who have like
Because
tanks. Maybe there's another keyword to add. I don't know.
well, the commandability will say,
say non-
tank specific. It
Or,
won't
yeah,
just
it won't
be
have core.
imperial. It will have whatever.
Lehman Russ tanks, because he only knows Lehman Russ.
Do you think that's gonna spring even more different heroes?
Yes, definitely. Look at the new Necron heroes. They kind of weird.
They're super weird.
And
Destroyer one.
now you've got you got the destroyer heroes. You got the warden. All of these new weird guys who kind of didn't fit before. They had no abilities, but now we're going to see why, because they're actually going to affect certain units correctly. I'm going to contaminate this contrast so badly.
Other way around.
Oh, no, you're supposed to put the stuff first and then the. Hey, you got your shipment today. The terrain is at least looking great. Good. Good. We need to see pictures of that then.
Also, like, I was listening to another podcast, and they're talking about with the Space Marine Codex coming out, like how many units there now are in the new book, because it's all the Space Marines, like is all the normal Space Marines, all the Primaris Space Marines, the 14 Lehman Russes, not Lehman Russes, the floaty Land Raider, the floaty Predator, the normal Land Raider, all the variations of the normal Land Raiders. Like, will they legends things, do you think? Or like, is this a task? Or the book's just going to be 300 pages because it's, if they do two units per page, there's like, I don't know how, I haven't
That's
done
going to
the
be a
maths on
thick
it.
book.
Just even, Yeah.
I guess that's
I
where the
think
supplements are going to show the ones
The Chaos
specific
Space Marines is
to.
going to give you the vanilla units that every other chapter can take, and then the extra rules and the extra everything.
Even with
It's
that,
still a lot. It's still a lot. Absolutely.
the only thing's like, oh no, Longfangs and Wolfen are in, and Murder Claw and like
The
Murder Fang and the Flyer.
The flyer.
And
What else?
The Black Legion,
Dark Angels will have all their weird vehicles. Blood
Yeah.
Angels will have their weird jump assault guys and Death Company.
Sanguinian Guard, and the
Black Company
Black
and
Company.
the.
But like you go with what they call it, Longfang. Like, will they just have like refer to Devastators? Add this.
That's what
keyword.
they always were.
I
They're
think
just Devastators. Like,
yes, but they can get different guns. No,
maybe. Yeah, maybe it's like it doesn't need to be like it's just like an additional thing.
Personally, I think that the supplements will give us all the rules for the chapter. So you're gonna have all the extra
But even
descendant chapter thingies,
Like,
flesh terrors, all that. That's gonna be what the supplements give you. But I don't want to use it a little bit.
yeah, a little bit in the pictures of the codex, there is Blood Angels get
No,
like flutes going on. Like, well,
Yeah.
it is.
well, with the leaks before, we saw a whole lot of things where they said like Flesh Terrors had this ability, Blood Angels had this ability, and some of them had slight changes to them to the Psychic Warning, the Psychic Awakening.
Yeah.
What Space Wolves have? What?
disability.
Space Wolves don't have any ability.
No, they have disability.
Oh, disability.
Are we trying to be politically correct? Sorry.
Are we? I don't know. Travis, are we being politically correct?
as
You're
you're not aiming
our
to go-
spiritual leader.
As long as you're not aiming to be in Parliament at some point.
I mean, no, then you need to be super politically incorrect. That's how
As
they
long
get
as
the
we're
job in
not
the
trying to
first
be
place.
cancel cultured.
I mean, they can cancel me as much as they want. They can try.
Our 100 subscribers will just come at things. We'll send
73 subscribers
Hey.
on YouTube. Well done, guys. We're getting there.
One
Now we need to
Um,
get to 169. Sorry.
Yeah. And we've got 100 on Facebook already.
Hey.
So we're doing okay.
So why do we have only 73 on YouTube? People from Facebook, go on YouTube,
Yeah.
hit the bell,
Hit the bell.
subscribe, and like.
And watch over 10,000 hours.
It's a great YouTube channel. I don't know, is there a channel for 10,000 hours?
I'm sure that there is something.
There must be. At least there's a video about it. So.
So now, me and Bradley this morning were talking about bases for the custodians. I'm gonna hijack this for like 2-3 minutes.
Cool.
Because the following happens with custodians. You're given a box with this or this. So for people who don't play Warhammer or don't know that much, when you have this type of base, you don't measure from the base, you measure from the model. Okay? But you get this, and when you have this type of base, you measure from the base, not from the model. So what the beep am I supposed to do? Do I go like that and it looks lame? Because it really doesn't look like you have a pin, whatever, but it doesn't look that great on
But
that.
still, you could texture it like I have done.
You
on
could.
some models.
Still don't like it. Do I take the other base, but it's kind of small, kind of like it's smaller than the actual bike, it's weird? Or I go, stuff it, I'm gonna make my own bases and make it a size bigger. So it's the same size as the bike and still measure from the model. And at that point I can measure from the actual base because it's the same size of the model. What you guys think? Warhammer players, give me please your opinion, because in a tournament it can be relevant. I think it's not going to be all the time, but yeah. Done.
So like my take on it was, as long as you consistently measure, like I would say from the model, you just and then you go cool. Ignore the spear because the spear is like long. and then most times some of them have their gun up, some of them don't, like whatever. Yeah, cool. From the main bike path, if your opponent measures to that point and you measure from that point anywhere on the then there's no gaining extra movement as long as you're consistent with
But
that.
you can gain an extra 2 inches if you do that.
This
Why
is how
2
you get
inches?
lots of money. How do we gain extra 2 inches?
I mean,
First of all, you go and get one of those little pamphlets the guys on the streets are giving you. Okay.
Dr. Love.
You phone Dr. Love, and he will then go and tell you how. The reason why is because when you're having a model sitting like that, okay, you've got 2 inches of length there, 2 inches of length there. The model's now sitting on a deployment zone directly.
Mhm.
We don't get anything.
yes, you do.
You move it like that, now you're measuring from the model.
Nope,
as soon
that
you
counts
switch
as
it.
moving.
It's no part of the model can
Is
move.
that moving 2 inches?
Yeah.
Yep, it has
No
been
part of-
changed. In
okay.
8th edition already.
As long as
This
we're
is what
doing
you are
that,
saying
as
now.
long as we're still sticking to that idea, and yes, you're
No
not measuring
part of-
the spear.
Yeah, I would
That's
ignore the
doing that.
spear.
But I mean, if I'm taking there and I'm taking a jet bike who can, by all means, fly through the air, do crazy things, land over here, he's moved from here to here, but now I've moved like that.
No part of the model can move more than the actual movement.
Okay, so if I move from there to there, I need to measure from here to the furthest end. Never mind whether it's that way, or this way. You have to measure from there to the furthest end.
I mean, you go
From that,
you go
basically.
from
So if you play consistently, always measuring the furthest end from where you've done,
Which is
then that's fine.
like
Because we used to, I remember, what was it, 6th edition? Where it used to be great, where I'd take a Doomsday Arc, put it
can
on the
swivel.
deployment node, get my free turn, and get an extra 6 inches.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can
6
swivel.
inches.
Because that thing's huge. But like the idea is like, okay, you go on the base, whether it's
You pass me the oval base next to you too.
whether you're on the round
On the round base, you wouldn't measure from the base because you can't all 5 of them, please.
and you wouldn't try and you can't you could
ca-
probably overlap, but like the models itself, like I think you still probably don't want to.
I mean, you can.
But normally like the
When you're
models,
like that.
the model's still getting in like
Thank you
very
very
way.
much. No, absolutely.
If you're using the smaller bases, the model is still bigger than the base.
It is.
So yeah, I don't see it being an issue.
I just think that like a bigger base,
It just looks cooler.
it looks
I think.
cooler.
Even
It's true.
I would go
For
jet
rule of
bike.
cool, definitely.
Even I don't see any way of like getting a benefit. Like
Mm.
how you
Well,
can
yes, okay.
you can gain extra space.
You can gain a little bit more on the aura of the shield captain. That's it. Because all of a sudden you're measuring from one of these 6 inches to one of those 6
But, like,
inches.
If you went from this, you'd still be measuring like.
But
As
it's
I said,
shorter.
but you're gaining you're gaining
I
10
agree,
mils on
I
either
agree.
end.
But here's one problem, ladies and gentlemen. These lovely jet bikes over here are not going to be core.
They're
What
not.
do you mean? Yes, they're gonna be cool. Of course they
Maybe.
are. Of course
But
they
there's
are.
also like a bunch of stuff that
And if they are not, the Shield Captain aura is going to be very interesting.
So you have a shield
No, I
captain on
think-
jet bike.
I think a Shield Captain on jet bikes aura will affect jet bikes, but might not affect core.
Okay, cool. That I'm okay. But lore wise, jet bikes are kind of always around
Yeah.
because I am going, yay, biker squads, biker dudes. Normally you have like a squad, maybe 2, because those are just supposed to be at the top, shooting from the air, while the troops are just grinding at the bottom.
Can then. Does that mean we might have the resurrection of the same Han army?
On the what?
The same Han?
jet bike on
The jet bike army. It'll be lacquer. We
There's
can
still
have
troops, though. They're
what
like
they
a
called? Yeah, Guardian jet bikes. They're not troops.
fast attack. One of the days.
Okay, okay, okay.
Same for mine. Mine are fast attacks, that's why I can't run them in battalion. Battalion, important things. So, today I was reading again the article about the tournament that happened a while ago, like a little couple days ago, whatever, in which Slaanesh Demons won,
Oh yes, yes.
right?
A 40k tournament won by Slaanesh Demons.
That makes me so happy. You're like, you have no idea. Because everyone's going to go, Space Marines! Like, you bitches, Slanesh is here, and is here to teach you a painful lesson. The list is really interesting.
What do they use?
So, Keeper of Secrets, because, I mean, I told you months ago, Keeper of Secrets are insane.
They're
really
amazing.
Good. Exactly.
They really are. They're flipping great right
Fiends
now.
of Slanesh, because, hey, now you
because
can't get out of
we
combat.
can't get out of combat. That's very cool.
Then they put the Epitome, because exactly the same thing.
Otherwise known in English as the epitome.
No, that's Epitome. That's Slanesh.
Yes, the epitome.
I don't know
So
if you're fucking with me
anyway,
or
so
not.
yes.
Anyway, and Silesk, because Silesk is just, oh my god.
Selesky in
40k is insane. It's straight up just like, what did I just see?
yes.
And then 2 squads of Seekers, because they are across the board. Like that. Are we lagging?
Gosh, I hope we're not lagging too much there, guys. I know on our side we keep getting messages of it. I know, sorry if we are, but you are still going to get the full video. So
Yeah.
what's interesting is if you stop, go away, and come back and just watch it straight out, it'll be smooth. for you.
Wibbly wobbly timey
Yeah.
wimey.
But you know, we'll still exist.
So Seekers, and then 2
carry
blobs
on.
of 24 Demonettes.
24,
Which is a really
Horde
weird-
Slanesh.
So that's the point that I want to get to. I think we are going to see Horde armies running multiple patrol detachments. Because the concept in 8th edition was run as many battalions, as many detachments as possible, trying to rack up as many command points as possible and pay as least taxes as you could.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's literally the opposite. You want to run as many as possible, paying the least command points and paying the least taxes in troops that you have to. So if I play a patrol, I can run 2 HQs. Only 1 troop, and then I can bring up to 2 of everything else.
That's true. So you can have 2 troops, 4 HQs.
No. Well, yes. If you run 2 patrols, yes. And you're only paying 2 command points. You're only spending 2 command points for that because your warlord is going to be in one
Taking
of
up
those.
the one.
So it's refunding you what you're using. So I think that's going to be the new trend. That's going to be the new meta. And especially armies that run hordes are going to do that.
Is it forced you to have 2 troops?
No, only 1. He's talking about totally as an army.
Oh, okay, yeah. So you're paying 2 troops instead of 3.
Yeah. And you only spend 2 command points instead of having, well, instead of 6 troops technically if you run 2 battalions. If you only run 1 battalion, then you're fine. If your army can, for example, with Get Guard, you can just run 1 battalion and have the thing that you need, and you don't spend any command point, and it's great. But if your army requires you to do something different, to be very spicy, then run like with Tau. I don't need 3 squads of Fire Warriors.
It's, if you need more HQs. Because you can run 3 in a
3 in a battalion,
If you run more than 3.
so you run 4 and you're only spending 2 command points. Hell yes.
That's actually quite smart.
Yeah.
There's always going to be some way of people manipulating the system to get the right out of it, and that's cool
That's new manipulating.
because that's
me.
how we should be.
Yeah, and
You know, that's how the game
thinking around the problem.
exactly.
I
And that's
just
very nice.
think that's what we're gonna see. Honestly, I think that's what we're gonna see from Horde armies, and to be honest, that's good.
So, Gene Stealer cults, multiple broodlords, patriarchs, a bunch of Gene Stealers coming out the wazoo, and the sniper guys and box. What they call jackals. That could be nice. Be real nice.
You gain 1 of each slot. So it's like if you're maxing out more than 3 of a slot.
True.
So
But you know what I like
60
about
points,
it is the fact that that kind of promotes more use of all the slots.
Yeah.
Which promotes more synergy, mass synergy, instead of massing
I'm
the
gonna do something
same
that makes me
model
very
over and
happy.
over again.
Use control.
No.
He's gonna paint gold, guys.
Exactly.
I do like that idea. I really do like that idea.
It's an interesting take
Yeah,
on how to build armies.
yeah.
Because yes, troops are important and all that. Hello, baby. Oh, look at that scratch. Yes.
The fluff have arrived.
Troops are important and blah blah blah, but the power very rarely in armies is in troops. Let's face it.
Yeah, that's true.
The
So-
troops are just,
That's your taxes most of the time.
I realized
Unless you're custodies and you can make your troops unkillable.
Unless you're playing Space Marines and using assault intercessors.
What?
Assault intercessors are nice when they hit.
so many attacks and all this stuff.
So many attacks, all AP -1,
Nah.
and there's the fun stuff.
I read that in that core article, they had here's this heavy intercessors, and they're like, that's the most confusing block of text for what weapons they can take. So it's like, if there are no heavy bolters or whatever, then they can change them. They all can change their gun to be heavy. There's like 3 different basic guns. One is 3 shots. One's rapid fire. One's rapid fire 1 -1/1. One's like strength 5, no AP but 2 damage. And one's 3 shots, strength 5 but no and 1 damage. Okay, so that's the chunk. So then it goes, if you have this heavy bolter, boom boom. If you have this
That's the heavy bolter.
Yes.
boom, it's like, if you have this specific stalker heavy bolter, you can replace it with this other weapon. Then or if you have this other weapon, you can replace it with this weapon. But like, they're like an auto bolt rifle. I think there's like a mistake already there. It was like auto bolt rifle, but it's like, as far as I looked at that, I'm like, I don't know where this gun is and which one of your units get it.
An auto bolt rifle is something the Vanguard intercessor versions used to have.
Yeah, because it was like, I think they just added auto into the word, and it was just like,
Oh, they spin the wheel and
They
it
spun
landed
the
on
wheel,
this
yeah,
one.
and it
landed
It's
on
fun,
auto,
it's
yeah.
fun. Oopsie, English, what is that?
okay, but going back to like army construction and stuff.
Yeah.
After playing our game last weekend, I realized like, okay, I need to play to maximum. I need to play the first 2 turns. By the end of turn 2, I need to be in a position of holding all the points, or holding more points than my opponent. I give it first 2 turns. Don't care about any of secondaries. Just do not care. Just go, just murder everything. Maximize the murder capacity for the first 2 turns. And then turn 3, just land on all objectives and try and play further there. Because like, if you're going, you have to play the full 5 turns for that to like make any difference. But I was like, because the fact you cap out at 45 means as long as you control more than your opponent, you're just like cool.
You need 3 turns of
3
scoring.
turns of like scoring more than your opponent,
Yeah.
and just like okay, that means just turn 1 and 2 is just crack
Sure, the
knuckles and just prepare
Yep.
the beating. Especially for Eldar, because we're fast enough to get everywhere, and we can like be everywhere and still be dishing out damage.
But now, Brad, how are you feeling as an Eldar player, as an experienced Eldar player of many, many, many moons? Okay, how are you feeling about the new weapon profiles that have come out?
So far, I might run Howling Banshee. I've tried before, it's something garbage. But like, it just shows how much like what the new codex is going to be like. I have no idea what's going to happen with the codex when it eventually comes out. But like, what weapon profiles do you have?
Look at that.
So, yeah, for the next however long,
We have
Pretty much.
20 minutes.
the most purriest kitty cat in the world, happily cooing away
And she's
here.
just looking at us going,
So which weapon profiles are you referring to specifically?
All of them. I mean, the power swords are going to be amazing.
Oh.
Power weapons are
Oh.
going to be so great. What is
Oh.
these things going to have? They're power javelins.
They already have power lances.
It's just going to be great.
I mean, they already get strength +1, so it might only just go up, but the damage is D3.
Yeah.
and they
Yeah.
roll 2 and on the charge. Which
power
is great
pretty
because you look at what they
amazing.
shoot and you go, oh, so this is stout, great, but they hit on a 2+ instead. Great, and then you go, hey, I haven't killed I haven't killed everything that I wanted to, so I'm just gonna charge it.
That works.
I forget that there is a charge phase.
The title image of our thing here was a melter gun, which I feel has probably been the most interesting development in 40k weapons profiles in a while, because I like my classic 40k weapons. I like the holy bolter, the melter gun, the plasma, and I like the classic weapons of them, and I like
well,
the fact
the
they've
fluff
always
is on
kind
the
of kept
table.
the same theme. The fluff have arrived, yes. And I like the theme that it's stuck. Now that they've changed the idea on the rule for the melter to be just
Plus
hardcore, still at half range, but now +2 damage is just.
Uncle Darren.
Oh.
Just sitting on the mouse.
This mine.
Hey guys,
This
we
mine.
just No!
No!
Don't get on the keyboard! Cats!
Oh,
No
my
sitting on
love!
the keyboard.
There we go, go to daddy.
Okay.
Sorry, baby.
Sorry, we
Not
had the
very-
fluff
not
segment.
happy.
Where's the fluff gif?
Soon.
Yes.
I'm sure.
But I do, as I think I've said previously, like the increase in damage across, the increase in toughness across the models, and the increase in damage is expanded the options on what weapons, like differentiating between the different weapons and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes.
So you now get like a bolter is pew pew, it's like a rocket, like cool. A heavy bolter is very pew pew.
Mm.
2 damage, like, and 3 shots still, so that's like meow. But yeah, still exciting.
It's very exciting. I'm really looking forward to seeing what will happen further with
Also,
a lot of
That
things.
seems like a core rule. Like
What the melter?
the fact that core units have the core keyword is like odd. Like that it's not a core, like a core rule as in it's not in the main rule book.
No,
Mm.
it's the
a
core of the
codex,
army.
like
That's what they should. They're telling you. Usually, armies are built around this.
Mm.
So I assume that battle suits will have it in Tau, for example. You're gonna get all your aspects, and then you're gonna guess what's gonna happen according to what set or legion or whatever you have. Core is gonna change.
True.
I mean, I currently have an Autarch, so any reason to take one would be great.
There's going to be a lot of crazy core when it comes to Dark Elder.
I mean,
That's going to be a fun
they
thing.
need all the help they can get.
Yeah. Ho ho. You know what?
No,
I
you're
think
not
we're going to need
watching.
to actually get the cat back, because
What?
I just realised look what's working.
It's like, wait,
Look what's
you
working.
just put that on while we find
Baby?
the cat.
Yeah. Guys, okay, sorry, we're going to need to give you 2 minutes. We're not muting the mic. We're just going to go and switch over to this because it's hilarious. So you can hear us talk shit while we're doing it.
Exactly.
Yeah, the cat, but there we go. Yes. Where is the cat?
Looking at the page. So this is when we talk about the
How much we
origin,
hate the audience.
yeah, and the origin of the I don't know, some unit that's like very fluffy. I don't know.
What I find weird is the heavy intercessors. They're all wearing Gravis armor.
They're very chubby,
They're extremely chubby,
thick.
thick.
Space Marines, thick boys. So Space Marines.
Okay,
Necrons
no worries.
are
We're
not
gonna
the
go
only
there.
ones who get their
I'm
thick
actually
boys.
just want to show you something else.
Look at the
Travis,
sparkle in his eye.
Justin, the Mr. Devonish over there in the stream, he sent us a picture of his terrain that he's busy with. I'm sorry, if that's not the most badass stuff ever.
That's
Is that multi-level or is this a can?
It's a
like,
It's
can.
that,
yeah, it's a can, but
you
at
need
the
to
same
attach
time,
them to the can.
the thing is,
They're
he's
actually
done
both at the
it.
same level. They're both attached to 2 different cans.
Yeah.
This is perspective. This is like
This is wizardry
Van-
and
It's just
witchcraft. and-
brilliant because at the same time, look at it. You can still hide the models there, and the things are not. There's not enough stuff there blocking you from actually. So yeah,
That's
You've
very
got
cool.
full terrain rules, everything on that.
And is
which
it those
is-
scalable and breachable, or just scalable?
That would be, I think it would
That's-
count as obstacles. So
That's scalable. I don't think that. Maybe the thing with the containers
Yeah, I would
is
say
breachable.
they're not. Maybe I would even say not breachable, and then go with.
yeah,
Hey, it actually showed on the stream. Hey, look at that.
yeah,
Nice.
Because like the containers have the other rule of being open, being on top of them, and just being like.
Well,
There's
tough
a,
man.
There's a rule of you get no benefits. Like
yes.
what is that one called again?
Don't stand on
yeah.
terrains.
Wibbly wobbly. No, it's not the wibbly wobbly one. There's the one that you
Wibbly.
can't stand on, and then there's
Impossible? Did
the
they
one.
make it
They didn't make it
thing?
possible. They made a. They made a. What is it called? Unstable.
Unstable.
Unstable terrain.
Okay.
Yeah, which is you can't stand on top of it because you'll fall through it and die.
That makes sense.
But then they've made the one that the terrain, the crates get, especially because GW makes they have their own version. It has like open terrain or unblocked, like it's up. I don't know what it does, but you can be seen and it doesn't.
You
give
have
any
you have a book next to you, Darren.
possible.
On your left.